conflicto con mis creencias y con mis ideales y toda esa onda.
Anyone who's tried to complete a transfer degree at a local community college can probably relate to the frustration Alfredo Brambilla felt when he was a student at Mesa College.
If you wanted to get a class and you have to crash and there's not enough space, and I don't know, it's not easy. It's not easy to go through the process of college.
During the recession, San Diego community colleges lost about 2,600 class sections to state funding cuts. Brambilla went to high school in San Diego and always planned on getting an American college degree, but that goal was still a long way off after 2.5 years at Mesa.
One day I went to talk to a counselor, and I told them just point blank, how much time does it gonna take me to transfer and graduate? And he told me about 4 to 5 years.
Instead of taking on at least 7 years of college, he considered going to Centro de Enseñanza Técnica y Superior, a private university in Tijuana commonly called CETIS.
I could study the same career, and like I told you before, if I apply myself, I could graduate in 3.5 years.
Now he's in his second year at the school's sleek campus on a hill overlooking eastern Tijuana. Eduardo Diaz heads the international business program at CETIS. His educational background is a familiar storyline. He was born in the U.S., but raised mainly in Tijuana. But he says students like Brambilla are turning that story around. And they started to trickle onto the CETIS campuses in Tijuana and Mexicali when the recession slashed California's budget.
When students started having trouble getting into local colleges because of budget cuts, some of the high school counselors in Southern California started looking for options because they wanted to help their students.
Now that trickle is a steady stream. This year, about 300 graduates from Southern California high schools are enrolled in CETIS undergraduate programs. That's up from about 50 in 2010. Diaz says attracting students who are intent on finishing their degrees on time helps the university with one of its primary goals.
Our goal is to be an institution of quality that sets a very clear timetable for our students, and we work so that they can graduate, because nobody's productive unless they're working. That's one of the things that we believe. So we want our graduates to be productive.
The university expects another 75 to 100 California high school grads to enroll next fall. And the school is also working toward a guaranteed transfer agreement with Imperial Valley College. Alfredo Brambilla says he's happier at the Mexican school. Like many of the other students coming from the U.S., he has family in Tijuana. He also liked being able to take classes in his major, electrical engineering, right away, instead of having to go through California's general education requirements first.
If you're studying med school, engineering, law school, anything, you get to do like special classes since first or second semester, third semester, fourth semester, like those 2 years. And that's the time when you say, this is really for me.
The private school's tuition is about 50,000 pesos a semester, which comes to about $3,700. This year, in-state tuition at San Diego State is just a little bit less, about $3,400. Brambilla, like more than half of CETIS students, gets financial aid. He says he pays about half of the normal tuition. Even U.S. federal aid can follow students across the border to CETIS, since the university got U.S. accreditation in 2012. That accreditation means graduates' degrees will also mean more to U.S. employers, which Diaz says means a lot for the school's future.
A lot of these students are U.S. citizens. Once they finish at CETIS, they're going back to the United States, and that's where they're going to develop their professional careers. What we want, and it's too early to tell, but we want these young professionals to succeed. And they are the ones who are going to raise our profile in the United States in practice.
CETIS leaders even say satellite programs in the U.S. could be in the school's future. Kyla Calvert, KPBS News.